And welcome to the Hired Gun Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. How you guys doing, y'all? So, I'm gonna get right into it. One of the topics that needs to be said before I forget about it. So, when I say this, dog, I am a Kyle Fletcher fan. I am, regardless if I think he's unsafe to work with, and the ring. Regardless how I feel like he's the reason why Adam Cole's out of wrestling right now. You know, um, but and I think he's the future. I do. So saying that, so when I say this, don't don't come at me. Don't because I like Kyle Fletcher, but I gotta say something about him. So my best friend Ryan sent me a video or a clip. We said a clip of Kyle Fletcher and his present girlfriend Sky Blue, right? And they was doing this game. Name some say something when the rest is better than you, and they was giving out uh, Buddy Murphy, Hook, uh, Darby Allen, the Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Swerve, Danny Ryan. So listen, I know some of this was kind of cheap. Like I understand some of it, like especially the Will Ospreay situation. Because I know how I feel about Will Ospreay. He's number one. He's number one. In the ring, he's number one. All around wrestling, he's number one to me. Okay. All right. So Will Ospreay is better than him leaps and bounds. I know I know what the record would say, but still, he's better than him. All right, we could have stopped at the first name, Buddy Murphy. I know Buddy Murphy. We're losing him. We're losing him in the match in AEW because they're not gonna push. Even if he was healthy right now, but like they're not gonna push Murphy, you know, and they kind of push. Oh, even if they kind of push Murphy, they wouldn't let Murphy beat Kyle Fletcher. Okay, alright, alright, but he's better than Kyle Fletcher. Okay, I give you Derby Allen, and I give you Hook. Alright, Hook should have went to NXT so he can build his craft. And there's another wrestler. I firmly believe if he would have never been stayed in AEW and he would have been in NXT, he wouldn't be making cuts for that either. Like Kyle Fletcher didn't do that, but still, you know. But if Kyle Fletcher, I mean, I will give you Derby Allen and Hook. All right. Once we start getting to Swerve, Swerve's better than him. It's not close. Not close. Danny Bryan's better than him. It's not close. Even at a 50%, Danny Bryan, he's still better than him. You gotta know how I rag on Kenny. Okay. Yeah, you gotta know how I feel about Kenny. You gotta know Kenny's not in my top 10. Alright, and he barely get in my top 15. But Kenny's better than him. Kenny's better. And again, yeah, I like Kyle Fletcher. I think he's nice in the ring. I think he got a great move. So I heard that he got hurt recently, and they had to strip him of the TNT title. I hate it, but yeah, but Kyle, uh, Kyle Fletcher is not on the same level as these guys that he's not saying something. Now he did now. I mentioned Kenny, but he did stop at Kenny. He did. Sky Blue stopped at for him uh, uh, Osprey. You know, and he got upset about that shit. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. There was another name. I gotta get into him in a minute anyway. There was another name they mentioned. MJS better than him on the mic in the ring. Have like everything. Everything. Like this is not this is not a debate. This is not up for discussion when it comes to this. Now we probably can debate with Murphy, right? And I don't think he's better than him though. For me, for me, I don't think he's better than him. You know, um, but like, and I'm gonna say that I like, I like Kyle Fletcher. I do. I like his move sets. I like his ring. I like what he says on the mic. Some majority of the time, I, like I said, he got to clean up some of his wrestling stuff because of the fact that he's unsafe. He's a bit unsafe, and then he's hard headed. He doesn't listen. The criticism. Because William Regal tried to stop him from getting hurt in the first place, and he took it the wrong way. You know, but hey, I had to ramble about that for a little while because they needed to be said. They needed, like, it definitely needed to be said. So let me get into MJF very quick. So MJF, I think I talked about. Yeah, I talked about this the other day. So MJF was mad, still is mad that his match got pulled, and he's also mad that TNA is pulling wrestlers from indie dates. That, yes, got approved and then got pulled because TNA or WWE doesn't want TNA wrestlers wrestling AEW wrestlers because AEW 9 times out of 10 the AEW wrestlers are gonna go over. Right now, we can bitch and moan about this here and say, oh, but it's cool for NXT wrestlers to beat them. Okay, whatever. But what we not gonna do is that like AEW don't pull wrestlers from indie days either. All right, because when AEW does it, that's just cool, right? When Tony Khan pulls people from uh, uh, New Japan and pulls people from other wrestlers, I mean, like other indie stuff, right? It's cool. Now, the only time I can understand it is when Buddy from what's he called the indie show talked about Tony Khan's father in a bad way. So he pulled people from that event, right? And they haven't been allowed to wrestle that event ever since. All right. So okay. All right. Don't talk about my daddy. Okay. All right. I get it. I understand. All right. Right. But Tony Khan has pulled other people from uh, wrestling company, I mean indie events, right? And MJF didn't bitch about. Sorry, yeah. And MJF didn't bitch about stuff like that. Like he didn't. You know. Hey, now, listen. Again, we can bitch and complain about what TNA did, and then we can blame it on the E. Which, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and defend that the E didn't do it because they probably did do it. All right, and TNA gotta listen because listen, as much as people want to say that, and I haven't heard this, but if people want to say that WWE didn't help TNA get their a new TV deal with AMC, they're a fucking liar. That that's their working partner, right? And we know the E don't play well with others besides TNA and some of Japan wrestlers, you know, like we know this is not a thing, or like this is a thing with that. Like AEW, I mean WWE don't play well with AEW. That, that that's not that is not That is not gonna change with that, you know. But I'm just telling you, but when we not gonna do that, it doesn't happen. Oh yeah. So you know, but AEW does it too. They ice wrestle their wrestlers. They don't let them work certain indie stuff, and that's taking that's taking money off the table. It is. It is. Now, do I agree with it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm just saying AEW does it too. All right, like uh, I don't agree. Nah, I don't agree with it because of the fact that these wrestlers will probably go over anyway. You know, like MJF is beating Ziggler or Nick. You right? Like MJF is beating him. All right, regardless of what uh, Ziggler or Nick has done in the past, and you know, and however Nick wanna like make him a big deal, like make himself be a big deal, or whoever wanna make him be a big deal, he's gonna lose to MJF. All right, like he's gonna lose to him. Ain't no way around that. And then you know Ricochet is probably gonna beat Leon Slater. You know, so TNA just pulled the matches because they don't want their wrestlers losing to AEW wrestlers. You know, regardless if it was a E thing or not, like they just didn't want that to happen. You know, so but we just I just don't like the fact that we just don't forget that TNA does this shit too. That TNA AEW does this shit too. You know, because they do, they pull their wrestlers from indie shows too. Ricky Saint, when he was Ricky Starks, um, I can't name them all. Like I can't name them off the bottom of my head. Oh, you know, and then if anything, like you know, I said something on Twitter the other day. You know about this topic and how like, but it's okay for New Japan to send their wrestlers to AEW to lose, and then somebody tried to I got some lights for it, but somebody tried to come back and oh it's 50-50 booking or what is that? No, it's not. No, it's not. If you see a wrestler from New Japan, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna lose for the AEW wrestler. It happens. Like we have seen AEW talent wear New Japan titles way more than we have seen New Japan versus wear AEW titles. Right? It hasn't happened. So miss me with that whole 50-50 booking shit. Do they win sometimes? Yes. 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 Do they get the pin when they win? No. No. It definitely didn't happen this Wednesday. Alright, when Will Ospreay's team um won against um the Death Riders. Alright? Alright. So miss me with that shit, that like 50-50 booking shit. That's a lie. Like I watch. Don't come at me like I don't watch wrestling, dog. No. No, I watch everything. So I know. You know, I might get a name here, wrong here and there. Right? I think Buddy told me to write my horizons. Like, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I watched everything. If I didn't, I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said what the fuck I said. You know. So but I know stuff like that comes with the territory. Like it just does. It just does. Like once I set myself out to be this kind of YouTuber about wrestling, covering wrestling and shit, I knew certain things were gonna come our way. That's one of them. Just like when people want to tell wait, they tell me I'm wrong about something. You know, but it is what it is. And then when it happens, I gotta say I was wrong or I gotta come correct. With an answer, plain and simple. To both those things. You know, um, I watched AEW Wednesday, and that was okay. Right? It was a go home show, so I wasn't expecting that much Wednesday, like I wasn't, and they had some okay matches. Now, what I'm looking forward to when it happened, and I can't wait, is because it just been some chatter with these two wrestlers, like on Twitter. Andrade, which I got to get into, not Andrade, but somebody else. Andrade versus Will Ospreay. Sign me up now. Take my money now. Sign me up now. Um, hold on, yeah, hold on a minute. Um, so, so, uh, what I got? Oh, okay, okay, all right. So, uh, it was a go home show, so I wasn't really expecting that much from that show. It was just developing more stories for the pay per view, which is cool. Then I watched TNA last night, and I know what I was talking about. The Will Ospreay versus Andrade. Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. Like tomorrow. All right. Just sign me up. So another. Oh yeah. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about. So yeah, as soon as I said Andrade, it made me think about another wrestler. Because they are alike when it comes to certain things. Not the outside stuff. Because nah. Who I'm about to talk about, they not alike when it comes to that. Because I haven't heard any problems with Andrade putting hands on women, like ever. But this year, uh, but Humberto Del Rio, I forgot his other name. But Humberto Del Rio, he has. Now he's in trouble. He got arrested for putting hands on a woman. Um, and he's in jail right now. And they pretty much say he ain't getting out. You know, right? They pretty much said he might serve up to 10 to 20 years in prison. You know, because of this. Because this ain't the first time this has happened. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure if he put hands on Charlotte, but he damn sure put hands on Paige. Back in the day. So it is definitely a thing that he does. Drugs and the crazy part about that, you had people trying to trying to make him keep his job in AAA. Whenever they brought a company, all right, you had people like Andrade, and I don't know who else, but people in the back were trying to make them keep him. And WWE was like, nah, 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 nah. No, thank you. That ain't finna happen. All right, we dealt with him a couple times before. We know this guy. We good, and they got rid of him. Right? And look, and think about it. If they would have kept him, look at that shit. Like, look at the shit that's happening now with him. Look at that shit. Ain't nobody want to deal with that shit right there. Bad habits, are hard to change. You know, especially stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. A little. So I watched TNA last night, and TNA was pretty good. I like this show. Let me say this. You know, when I watch TNA or even AEW sometimes, right, and I see the stuff they come up with in Toretos, and it's easy for them to do stuff like that. And this is not a knock. This is not a knock. But it's more easier when you're not the number one program, and you can do stuff and let it play out and see where it goes. You know, and you won't catch heat for it. And I think that's the problem with the E right now is that they're afraid to try stuff because of the fact that you got so many people watching. You got so many people watching that if it bombs, it bombs. If it bombs, it's not. Like people talk about it. You know, in AEW or in TNA, if it bombs, okay, we can shift this and go somewhere else. You know, all right, because we can't tell me. I mean, even though she's still there, y'all can't tell me Tessa Blanche wasn't supposed to be a big star in TNA when he came back, but because the fans' reaction towards it still, they're making her do other stuff. You know, until stuff die down. I don't know. I don't know if that's ever gonna completely die down because it's always somebody don't bring something up as you pass. Always, you know. But you know, but but you can try stuff and see if it works. In lesser companies, but in WWE, you know, they can't do that all the time. Like they can't. Some stuff they can, and some stuff they can just. All right, we gonna hear this, but whatever. You know. But we'll see. Like I hate when I say we'll see because that means like I don't really have the shit to talk about, or it's almost not even the show. Um, but tonight SmackDown comes on tonight. Not the last show until Mania. So we got another week. We got one more week and then we in. Yeah, well, Monday we will be fully into WrestleMania week. That is the thing. All right, and then Monday will be the go home show for Mania, and then NXT comes on. They're not gonna do anything towards Mania. They're gonna have some special shows. That's already out there. Week 1 and week 2. You know, which week 2 will be after Mania. But hey, um, then you got Friday with SmackDown. You know, that starts it all. Andre the Giant, Royal Rumble thing. Then you got other stuff that's happening in the Hall of Fame. Then you got night one on Saturday, and night two on Sunday. I already told the wife I'm booked. I ain't booked. We don't don't try to make plans to do stuff because I'm booked them 2 days, and I can't wait. Regardless of what people saying about, oh, this don't feel like WrestleMania the weekend. To me, it does. To me, it does. All right, but I'm gonna end the show with that. Make sure you got like, subscribe, share. Make sure you got watch wrestling. Make sure you got watch E-Feds, New Breed. Um, this is the High Gun Podcast with the High Gun. God bless, love you. I'm out.